If you're a Kanye West fan, you're not a fan of me, you're a fan of yourself.
Hip-hop is a culture space where many enter with immense talent and giant aspirations. However, over the years we've seen a lot of impressive rappers falling off the radar. Whether their music oversaturated the ears of listeners with mind-numbing repetition, they released a slew of mediocre tunes, or perhaps poor choices in their personal lives tarnished their reputations. A handful of rappers lost our attention. Join me as I take you through the 5 rappers who fell off in 2021. Number 5. Cap G. In 2017, Cap G was poised to be one of rap's biggest breakout stars. And yet, though the Mexican-American rapper has generated buzz outside of his native College Park, Georgia, he is far from superstar status. According to Cap, his record label, Atlantic, is to blame for his downfall. Cap said that being signed to a major label can be a dream come true, but it can also be a nightmare. There is no denying that a major label has resources and funds that are simply not available to independent artists, but there is also no denying that if you are not constantly making money for the label, you will be relegated to the sidelines. While Cap G has continued to build his career independently of Atlantic Records, he will never be able to reclaim the time that he has lost. Except if he sets up himself as a priority through a viral moment, nothing is likely to change, until he is released from his contract. Number 4. B.O.B. In 2010, B.O.B. had nothing on most rappers. The album B.O.B. Presents The Adventures of Bobby Ray was the one that changed everything for B.O.B. He soared over the charts with hits like Airplanes, featuring Hayley Williams, and Magic, featuring River Cuomo. B.O.B. was even nominated for 5 Grammy Awards in 2010. All of a sudden, he went from living at mom's house to becoming a popular household name. Sadly though, B.O.B. has all but disappeared from the spotlight. He stopped putting out hits, and soon, things went from bad to worse to just plain weird. And just like those nominations never translated into wins, the upward trajectory gradually slipped through his fingertips, transforming him into an interesting anomaly rather than the globe-trotting force that he was groomed to become. Number 3. French Montana. Can you think of a single good French Montana song from the last few years that isn't accompanied by a feature? Neither can we. Recently, the veteran Moroccan-American rapper has taken to the role of DJ Khaled, especially that Khaled was wise enough to refrain from rapping on his tracks. True, Montana has a string of chart-topping singles, but he has increasingly become a secondary character in his own songs and has been unable to produce a noteworthy track without the assistance of a prominent artist. Despite an impressive list of features, Montana's 2020 campaign, CB5, had little impact. Number 2. Macklemore. Number 1. Kanye West. Even Kanye West's most ardent fans are getting weary of his inflaming shenanigans and irresponsible remarks. Numerous individuals believed that running for the presidency was a self-serving, poorly disguised attempt to bolster Donald Trump, whom Kanye has so vehemently and bizarrely backed. Alongside his brief political career, Ye is currently embroiled in several lawsuits over his failed Christmas opera, as well as allegations of mistreatment of his crew. His music can no longer be used to justify his lurid behavior. Jesus is King and all the subsequent releases are tedious stabs at gospel music with very little replay ability. We fondly remember the older Kanye who sought to unite rather than divide. However, that individual appears to have faded away. So, what do you think? Who among these do you think could make a comeback? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and like us. I will see you next time on the channel. Until then, it's goodbye.